the law of the land, and the law of the sea. Truth Seekers Association of South Africa. Good morning, good afternoon, and in case I forget, good evening to all truth seekers, spiritual people, and lovely souls. Next Saturday, the 24th of February at 3 p.m. in Pretoria at 5 Umgazi Road, Menlo Park, we will be having our first Pretoria Truth Seekers meeting, and we'll be discussing the whole subject of common law, and we will look at the current law system that operates illegally in the world today called Maritime Admiralty Law. So it's all about the law of the land and the law of the sea. This is our first meeting that we're having in Pretoria, so I would ask everyone to please support us by attending the meeting. If there are folks in Johannesburg that would like to come, you can always catch a lift with me. If you have nothing to do next Saturday, the 24th, then please come along to the Truth Seekers in Pretoria. There will be lots of food, hors d'oeuvres, cake, and everything else, good fellowship, and lots of interesting things to talk about. So come along and have some fun with the wonderful folks at the Pretoria Truth Seekers. There is a considerable difference between the law of the land and the law of the sea. The law of the land applies to sovereign immortal men and women who are free and uphold dignity. The law of the sea applies to the dead and deals with the commerce of merchandise. The law of the sea has no jurisdiction over sovereign living beings who reside on the land of providence. This simple truth will bring an end to the corrupt judicial system of maritime law that has been orchestrated to favor the Crown of Britain and her Commonwealth realms. Nothing is as it seems. In this presentation, we will look at Maritime Admiralty Law. It is important for us to have this knowledge so that we can better understand the laws that govern this world. Once again, we are faced with a great deception. Nothing is as it seems. The first truth we need to wrestle with is that maritime law has no jurisdiction over immortal sovereign men. The second truth we need to come to grips with is that the system does not judge or deal with people. The system can only deal with corporations. And remember, corporation comes from the word corpse, and corpse is a dead thing. A corporation is a dead thing. The system, therefore, has transformed people into corporations. This happens at birth with the signing of the birth certificate. You get changed from a living entity into a dead entity. Truth and ignorance. We are in a war against human ignorance. Ignorance is the enemy. The good side is fighting for the truth, fighting to reveal the truth. Our enemies want to keep the truth hidden from us. They want us to be ignorant. Truth has been kept from us right from the moment we were born. Ignorance is the enemy. He is not deceived who knows himself to be deceived. Ignorance is alive and well in South Africa and all countries around the world. There is ignorance about how money is made and the central bankers. Nothing is as it seems. The court system and lawyers, the judicial system, is mostly theatre, showmanship. That's what it really is. But a very powerful form of showmanship. The game that's being played is a serious game because we are dealing with lives, with people's lives. People's lives are at stake when you play the court game. There are two laws on earth, as I've said before, the law of the land and the law of the sea. Maritime admiralty law is the law of the sea. Maritime law has no jurisdiction over immortal sovereign man of the land. Maritime law does not deal with living things but with dead things. Maritime law deals with corporations, dead things. In order for maritime law to deal with people, it has to change living people into dead corporations. The birth certificate changes living entities into dead things. From the moment we are born, the truth is robbed from us. Our enemies want to keep the truth hidden from us. They want us to be ignorant of the law. The sea of money. Matters of the law are inextricably tied to money. The law of the sea is all about money, is all about commerce. Law and money are synonymous with water. Water is money. Law and money both use water words. Think of it. Money always uses the water terminology. We talk about cash flow. We talk about liquid assets. Currency. Money is seen as a currency. What currency are we talking about? It's the current of the water current. Also law terms. Everything to do with the judicial system has got water words in it. You need to be bailed out when you are in trouble. Bailed out is a marine term. When one is arrested and brought before the judge, he is in hot water. And I can go on and on and on about these water words. Maritime admiralty law is tied to the banks. In fact, maritime admiralty law supports the banks. Maritime admiralty law is all about money and supporting the banking system that is in the world today. Maritime admiralty law works for the banks. What is this world about? Everything is about money. And it's no difference when it comes to the judicial system. The judicial system is all about money. The birth certificate. Once a birth certificate has been allotted to you, you now fall under the Masonic estate. Law of the high seas is another term for that. The birth certificate that your mother has to sign is a commercial instrument. The birth certificate also states that the mother gives up ownership and gives the product, the baby, the product, to the state. Your birth certificate transforms, converts you from a living man and woman into a dead corporation. Your birth certificate transforms, converts you from a living man and woman into a dead corporation. The courtroom. We'll also look at the whole structure of the courtroom. For example, the bar. There's this piece of a wooden strip that runs through the entire middle of the court. The one side is the jurisdiction of land, and the other side where the judge sits and where the lawyers do their thing, that is the side of the sea. Law of the sea, law of the land. The bar has a little gate in the middle. That gate, that wooden gate with the wooden bar on top, is the storm gate, the flood gate. This is all sea terminology. The bar separates the court into two areas, the land jurisdiction and the sea jurisdiction. The land is the place of the living, and the sea is the place of the dead. The judge is the judge of the sea. He is on the sea side. And therefore, the judge has no jurisdiction over those on the land. So, when you walk into court, you have to pass the bar. You have to go from the land to the sea for the judge to have jurisdiction over you. And remember, the moment you touch that bar and you lift it to go through, that is when you die. You legally die. And you change from a living entity into a dead corporation. When you walk past the bar, you are now in hot water. Putting your hand on the bar, opens you up to maritime admiralty law. It's opening the floodgate. Putting one's hand on the bar means you become legally dead. When you go past the bar, you are a dead entity. And remember, dead people can't talk. That is why you can't talk in a courtroom. Your lawyer, the one who knows the law, the one who is proficient in dealing with maritime law, that individual has to talk on your behalf because you are dead. Dead people can't talk. You need a lawyer to talk for you. So all these interesting things we're going to talk about. And oh, I forgot to mention the whole capital letters thing in red and black on your passport, on your ID, on official documents. Why is your name spelled out in higher case, in capital letters? So we'll get into that whole thing as well and talk about that. What it means to have your name in capital letters. Okay, goodbye. Please come and support us in Pretoria at the Truth Seekers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Star trekking across the universe.
On the Starship Enterprise under Captain Kirk.
Star trekking across the universe.
Slowly going forward 'cause we can't find reverse. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow, Jim.
It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not as we know it, not as we know it. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it, not